Sorry, what's your name? Can I please speak to someone higher than you, please? Lady, please don't. Excuse? Can I actually speak to someone higher than you? Excuse?
I'm the manager and this is my shop.
Well, I just want you to know that your service is terrible, okay? It's very terrible.
We have until 10 because what?
Because I'm asking to get in the room. You're not even a registered
Okay,
guest.
you're asking to get in the room because of what?
Because the hallway smells like smoke.
And it's us?
It's right around this area.
Okay, does that mean it's us?
Can you put the camera down?
No, because you're harassing.
I'm not
You knocked on the door multiple times. I said, please come back. I'm
Yeah.
feeding my son. Please leave us alone. If you're the front desk lady, call us on the phone. I'm praising God. I don't need you. I don't like.
I'm praising God. that
Okay,
you checked out
thank
of my
you.
hotel
We will
before
check
I
out at
left.
11, ma'am. We didn't do nothing wrong, okay? Thank you very much.
Okay, then you better start getting ready.
Okay, thank you very much,
You're
ma'am.
welcome.
God bless you.
You can mind your own business. You didn't need to bother me. I was with two handicapped people, and I will park them in the handicapped place. It's not your job to tell me what the handicapped place is or it isn't. So mind your own business from now on and keep the Karen Act to someone else because I don't have the energy for you today. Mind your own business from now on and keep the Karen Act to someone else because I don't have the energy for you today. Mind your business and walk on. Keep going. Keep going with your day. I'm not bothering you. I'm standing over here. Mind your business. This is my mom, and you stay away from her. Walk away. Walk away.
Well, let him tell us that. Let him tell us that.
There's a private driveway.
Let him tell us that.
Lets me drive over his lawn and in them so I can take my son hitting.
Thank you. Thank you.
That owner.
Thank you. Why you talking for
name?
him?
What's his name?
Why you talking for him?
What's his name?
But why do you
I'm gonna
care?
ask him tonight.
Karen?
No, because
I've met a Karen.
You know what? You're going to hell.
For what?
What the heck are you driving this big
Can I hit my car?
monstrosity gas guzzler?
Lady, I'm just trying to fill my tank up,
Hey,
all right?
wait a minute. Are you filming me?
Yeah.
You better put that away or give it.
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
Oh my God.
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
At this point, you're harassing me. I did not find the phone. So can you move your vehicle out of my way so I can go? Like I said, I work right there.
Sweetie,
I was gone for 2 hours. Then you just gonna randomly come and say, I found your phone?
Look. Because I see you supposed to come and you go back there.
How you see me? I just got back from an hour drive. And an hour before that, I was on an hour lunch.
My God. What kind of creatures are these? What kind of creatures are these? These creatures don't want people to live in peace. These creatures don't just want to mind their business for people to just explore. These creatures just want to pop nose in every single thing that black people do. These creatures, even when their general overseer is busy fighting IRNAN, they still see the reason to still make black people feel uncomfortable, to still make black Americans talk. What kind of creatures are these? For God's sake. You have choose, you have vow, you have decided. Let's continue this video. I'll be back with commentaries. Credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, please do what? Subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments, and lastly, do not forget to share. And with that being said, let's continue. I'll be back.
So you guys want to hear more about my work, Karen? I feel like we've all dealt with a Karen, older lady at our job that was just so invested in everyone else's life but her own and never minded the business that paid her. I had one of those. I think I've actually had one at every single job that I've worked. But this one in particular, she was resilient. She was gonna come for me no matter what. And she was gonna make it her mission to try to take me down. And honestly, I have to commend her perseverance because wow, never in my life have I seen someone so committed to trying to make me out to be somebody that I'm not. At my last job, I was an assistant manager, but I was also a financial consultant. So basically someone who would open up accounts. There's me and then my manager who is Black. And I promise you that is relative. We started our first year together, him as a branch manager and myself as an assistant branch manager. And our success took off because naturally, right. And it goes without being said that, you know, when you're people of color and you're successful, Karen comes out of nowhere, like reporting for duty. She makes it her sole mission to try to invalidate your success. Hear me out. A gentleman came in trying to open up a business account, okay? From the get-go, I knew from his documents and everything that we had been discussing and my own due diligence that it was a fraud account. And at the end of the day, you can't treat anyone differently. So whether you know that it's fraud or not, you do your due diligence, you raise your red flags to the right people, to the fraud department, but you treat them as if you would anyone else. Imagine me just doing my job. This business owner ended up going to her branch because of course she works at a completely different establishment, and he tried to deposit a fraudulent check. Now, this was the type of Karen who overly invested her time in things that really didn't matter. So she spent an enormous amount of time trying to prove that this person was fraud, even though we already knew. Never once reached out to me or my manager to, you know, ask any questions because, you know, in the system, you can see who's the last person who met with this client. So in banking, we have this term that we call BOLO, be on the lookout. A lot of times you'll use this as a form of communication to the local branches in the area. If there's someone trying to commit fraud and you know that they're gonna go to another branch to try to do the same exact thing. So you'll send a quick email description, letting other people know what do they have on, what are they trying to do, whatever. But it's a very quick snippet because obviously there's not a lot of time. When he tries to deposit this check, she, you know, does whatever the hell she does. And at 4:59 p.m. that day, she sends out a BOLO to not just the local branches, but to the entire market, which doesn't make sense because it's, well, for one, it's 4:59. So even if he was trying to go to another branch, all branches close at 5 o'clock. But for two, why are you sending this email to branches that are 2+ miles from us? Make it make sense. So ironically enough, I actually left early this day, so I didn't see the email until I came back in office the next day. But my manager saw it, called me, and he's like, hey, I just want to give you a heads up, like, this is the email that she sent out. So ironically enough, I actually left early this day, so I didn't see the email until I came back in office the next day. So my girl went to the extent of not only sending a BOLO, but within the BOLO, she sent an attachment with 8 pages of screenshots from the profile that I built for this client and all the discrepancies that she found in this account opening and all the things that I did wrong. Not only did she screenshot, she printed off those pages, she circled and wrote notes, handwritten notes on these pages, scanned them up again to the computer and attached it to this email. Then proceeded to write like a 3-paragraph description of this BOLO, but also all the things that I had done wrong without actually saying my name. But you didn't have to say my name in the email because, again, people can go in and just see in the system who was the last person that worked with this client. I have to say, I really appreciate my manager because he knows me. He knows how I am, and like I don't have access to my email at home, so I can't see it. So I would not see it until I came in the morning, and he's like, listen, I didn't want you to be blindsided by this, but like this is the most ridiculous email I've ever seen in my life. Like, she didn't even reach out to us, she didn't try to inquire, ask any questions, see what information that we gathered. She just went about her business and, you know, did what a Karen does. So I'm at home and my attitude is baking. I'm fuming. I'm like, oh, wait till I read this email. So I come in the next morning, I read the freaking ridiculous ass email, and immediately I print it off because I'm like, oh, you got the wrong one. So I reach out to her via like instant message, and I'm like, hey, I want to speak to you. Give me a call when you get a chance. And I was trying to do it before the doors open. I know you on that computer. I see that you're on. Doesn't answer me. I gave her 20 minutes. I message her again. I need to speak to you before the doors open. So she's like, oh, I'm busy. I'll call you in a second. So she calls me. And I'm like, you want to tell me about this email that you sent out to everybody? I was on go. Like, no, you not. I'm not the one. And so she was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, why would you ever send out an email like that without reaching out to me first? And why did you feel like that was necessary? And she was like, oh, I was just notifying. What do you mean notifying? No, you weren't notifying anybody. What you were trying to do was embarrass me in front of my colleagues. And so she was like, no, that's not true. I don't know what you're trying to insinuate, blah, 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 blah. So we just started going back and forth. And I was like, eventually it got to the point where I knew that she wasn't going to take accountability. So I was like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. You don't have to explain yourself to me, but you know who you will have to explain yourself to? HR. Click. Hung up that phone. Because you know what? I'm tired of you. I don't want to. We're not doing this. Now I got you shaking in your cowboy boots. I got one for that ass. Or so I thought. So I do my own due diligence and I go back to all of her other bolo emails that she has sent out, which again, short, concise, straight to the point. I print off and I save probably like 4 or 5 of them just so I can show the difference in how she went about my client versus somebody else's, or, you know, anybody else's. So I got together a report. I called HR, I reported her, and I sent them all the evidence that I had. I already let my manager know what was up. I was like, listen, I'm gonna talk to her. I don't care. No, she's gonna hear my mouth. So he already knew. But of course, she tries to call our higher up and let him know what happened. He's going to tell my manager, oh, from the sounds of it, Alejandra was being insubordinate. And we were both like, how? She doesn't even report to her. And of course, he was another white man at the time. He was like kind of filling in until we filled the position. And so, you know, me and my manager both got upset because it's like, you're quick to take her side based off of what she told you, but you're not asking no questions. You're just like, no, Alejandra's being insubordinate. That's it, that's all. I'm like, you know, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it because HR is already involved. Enough. I don't even want to hear what y'all got to say. So HR, you know, they conduct their investigation. They interview her. They interview me, so on and so forth. 2 months go by and I don't hear a peep from HR. And I'm like, hello, like, what's the tea? Because we still haven't addressed what that email was. I reach out to HR. I'm like, hi, I just want to follow up on this because no one's told me anything. You know, we've come to a conclusion, and basically what HR told me, them basically couldn't like give her disciplinary action because BOLO, be on the lookout, is not a policy and procedure. It is just something that branches created in order to notify one another, but it's not actually in our policy and procedures. I'm like, oh, you mother. Oh, I'm like, oh, you saw a white Karen and you were like, we can't have this. This is gonna be bad. Okay, cool. So by this time, because so much time has gone by, we actually ended up getting a new higher up. It's my manager and then his boss, and his boss ended up being a black man. I remember him stopping by to visit, and obviously he caught wind of the situation and he was like, you know, I just want to check in and talk to you about this. And I let him know, I was like, I'm really bothered by it. I feel like she got off scotch-free because she's a white woman. Like, she wasn't held accountable, and that really bothers me. You know what his response was? He was like, I hear you, but listen, at the end of the day, it comes with the territory. It only gets worse the higher that you go. Basically, this is our reality. I was like, oh, that was like so comforting. That was literally what I needed to hear in this moment right now. So from there on out, her and I just had this like long-standing beef. I went to HR multiple times about this woman. I even got into it with HR. I was not playing. And guess what? Nothing was ever done to her. And I was miserable, and I had to deal with it because that's just the way shit goes, apparently. But I have so many more stories with this woman just because she was literally the bane of my fucking existence. And I've never had such a fan like I did with that one. That's my dealings with this Karen on just one occasion. If you guys want to hear more, I'm happy to share. I've never shared these stories with people except for like my close-knit circle. But babe, I've got tales to tell, okay? Because here's the thing. When not only are you beautiful, stunning, gorgeous, but you're also smart and successful, that really does get under Karen's skin. And listen, it's crazy the things that they will do to try to invalidate your success. So know that if you are dealing with a Karen in corporate, you're not the first. You definitely won't be the last. What I will say is, do not let other people that even look like us try to discourage you from reporting it. Always document every single thing and never back down. Never back down, okay? Because somebody needs to tell Karen about herself, and it should be you. And it should be you. Okay. Thank you guys for listening. Love y'all. Bye.
Welcome back, guys. And you guys have literally seen all of that clip that I've been able to roll out for you guys. See, it has even gotten to the point that some white folks also created a sound like, when you're white, you're never really lonely. There's always going to be a black person all over your business. And when I saw it, I started laughing. Because that actually sent a signal to my head that, you see, this thing that we've been talking all this while, that we are the culture generators, right? It's not a joke. Because a black American lady created, when you're black, you're never really lonely. There's always going to be a white person all over your business, and of which we know that that's the truth. Now they went ahead to create another sound, when you're white, you are never really lonely. There's always going to be a black person all over your business. But check in every single thing that has literally been happening. Out of 100%, 99.9% are always seeing white people in black people's business. 99% of time is we seeing white people asking black people, why are you parked here? You know, the craziest part is that they will just literally go in front of your car and park in front of your car so that you will have something to say. So that by the time you have something to say, it will not make it look like you are the one that is looking for trouble. And then the next thing, they will start calling the cops. I literally saw a video here where a lady was calling the cops that a black woman don't want her to enter into her own house. Meanwhile, this black woman was not even standing with her. She was not even blocking her. This black woman was in her own property, but she has already started calling the police. And I feel like one of the reasons they do this every single time is because the police always give them attention. Yes, by the time they know that they are white people, they always give them attention. Which environment are you? We are coming there immediately, blah, blah, blah. If most of the police get to that particular location and find out that they are not at fault, if they start arresting these white folks, honestly, it will be less. But for the fact that it is a white person and the police that are probably coming are also going to be white, so it's going to be what's going to be. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We move. It's a normal thing. Do you get? And it's crazy, to be honest. It's crazy. It's frustrating at some point. But who are we to tell the honorable overseers, people that think they own America, what to do or what not to do? Now, imagine the experience that this black lady at the end of this video shared with us, where you literally hear her saying her own experience, how this Karen white woman wants her out of her own job, her own profession, because why? Her qualification was there and every single thing was there. And at the end of the day, they will tell us that it is black people that want to be in their business. It is black people that literally do not want to mind their business. It is black people that are always trying to pop nose in their business. It is black people this, it is black people that. And you want to tell me that all is well with some of them, and you want to tell me that some of them don't have dementia, that are just walking on the street without us knowing, and you want to tell me that everything, look at what is happening right now. And I'm happy that black Americans are even sending messages that Iran, listen, we are not involved in this, right? We are not involved. It is not in our culture to do that with you. Anybody that is doing it on his own. So if you want to come for the person, go for the person on his own. When you're truly black, you're never lonely. There's always going to be a white person all over your business. That's the honest truth. Anyways, let me know what you think about this video. Credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in this episode. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please do subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments, and lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, supporting this channel, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I did not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best, and I love you guys from the depth of my heart. And for disclaimers, educational purposes only. With that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys.